All right, welcome to another Flashback Friday. Today we're looking at 2014's X-Men Days of Future Past, directed by Bryan Singer and starring a lot more people than the other X-Men movie. So, Sal, not too long ago, not hard to flashback to this one, but what do you remember about this movie? Did you go see it?
I did go see it. This was right after Spider-Man came out. Amazing Spider-Man #1, I believe. But anyways, I remember that because they had a cutscene from that. Anyways, I liked it a lot. I remember seeing the preview for this, the first theatrical trailer, and it was amazing. I was like, I was blown away by the trailer there. And I think it stayed true to what the movie actually was. No one has really done comic books and time travel, if I can recall. I don't know if I'm mistaken, but they did it, and they did it really well. Again, Wolverine's at the forefront of this this movie, which was kind of weird now that I think about it, because he was in that cameo in the first one, and you have to wonder if they might have panicked a little bit. And I mean, it was a success in my eyes. First Class was, but you wonder why they kind of chose him to go at the forefront. But then also money. But when you think about it, it's also to kind of tie all the loose ends that were made in the original trilogy at the end of Last Stand, which they did, presumably. I mean, that's what we saw at the end of this movie. So, in that aspect, it was a little bit weird. Might have to critique it a little bit more than I'd want to. But overall, I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was entertaining. I thought the action was good. I loved the opening scene with the original X-Men, or the older X-Men. That was awesome. McKellan and Stewart back there doing what they do is always great to see. Wolverine, when he initially gets thrown back, is pretty funny. When he wakes up in the bed with the girl, I thought that was entertaining. And it was cool that he didn't have his claws yet, because he had to he had them, but he didn't have his adamantium claws.
Yeah.
So he kind of had to get through everything. And the funniest part in that movie is when he walks through the metal detector, and he thinks he's gonna get rung up, but he doesn't. So that was really cool. What about you?
Yes, I remember going to see this very enthusiastically, and I left the theater with less breath than I had going in. I was like, wow. I thought this movie was just completely genius. It wasn't like a soft reboot, full reboot, or anything like that, because this was the second movie in a trilogy. So it was kind of just like a really slick way to get rid of all the problems you had, and then set yourself up to tell whatever stories you want. So at that moment, I was just like, not only was it a good movie, it was like, oh my God, how genius was that? And looking at it now, what they're doing with that is, I really hope they don't do Young Mutants. But anyway, so yeah, I thought the movie was just great on so many levels. Seeing that old cat, like, oh my God, it hit me in the feels when I saw Halle Berry come down.
Yeah.
And I saw Wolverine just kind of like even though we seen him, but just like an older version, back in his black leather, just kind of made you feel like, it was weird that Cyclops wasn't in it or anything, but still, just seeing some of the old Colossus, it was just so good. And seeing Professor X, it was just, I don't know, it was just so, it hit me so much. So I thought the best parts was that apocalyptic future thing. And then one thing I remember was the Sentinels was like such a big hot button issue after they kind of showed the design of them, and I was one of those, because I'm like, they're big, like humanoid droids.
Yeah.
And they showed this completely new thing. I was like, what in the world is that? That looks stupid. And when you got to the movie, they were so intimidating, and it had much more of a fear factor than the old ones had, where they just knock them out.
Yeah.
This was like morphing, and you couldn't kill it, and it really made the future feel like, no, we need to change this, or else it's going to be an issue. And so, yeah, the only issue I had with that movie It's Jennifer Lawrence. Not Jennifer Lawrence. Mystique being the focal point just, that pissed me off. It's like, she calls the Sentinel. She went rogue and tried to kill this dude. And I was like, y'all have made her into she's just not at all. She's not that. And you're pushing Jennifer Lawrence. You're pushing Hugh Jackman because they're popular. And I did not like that at all. Yeah. But
they could have. They told her if you do this, the future is lost. And she still did. She still did. And she's like, okay, you could be telling me the truth, but I have to do this.
It was
like, why?
Annoying.
Why?
But everything's forgiven with that Quicksilver scene. When everybody was like, dude, this dude looks ridiculous. How are they going to compare his Quicksilver to the Age of Ultron Quicksilver? Jesus. Man, don't doubt singers. Do not doubt them. So yeah, my only problem was Mystique kind of pushed in the forefront. But other than that, it was a pivotal movie, man. They changed the stakes. They changed it completely. I actually felt relief when they stopped the future from happening, because that future was horrible. Like, they were just dying left and right, and you saw the skulls of people, and everybody's in prison. I'm like, what type of future is that? Yeah. It was just. So I felt so relieved. I was like really rooting for them to, stop them. It was cool though when they did the 70s version of the Sentinels. Those were more the old school, purple and humanoid looking. So I was like, man, you threw that in there. That was great too. So I was real happy with that. I think Fassbender was good. All that stuff was good. I think without all the random characters from First Class like Havoc and I forgot Banshee and all this other stuff was happening, was kind of all over the place. Even though it was good, I think this gave you more just Fassbender and McAvoy. Yeah. And so I really like that.
And we're gonna see what happened to Wolverine in this upcoming one, which I think we all know what happened, and especially because the trailer let it go. This newest trailer. Well, I think we all know where he is and what's going on. But even so, it's going to be interesting to see how that future has changed for everyone, really. And so we'll see how that goes. All right. And it's kind of weird now that Jean Grey is a young girl and Wolverine.
Oh wait! Did you like at the end? It wasn't even end credit, but it was the end where he basically woke up.
Oh yeah,
in the future and everybody was back. Yeah. That hit me.
That was the whole.
I almost cried.
That was 6 movies, 5 movies. That was 5 movies all coming to fruition.
Yeah. And it really felt like you didn't need to make another movie after that.
Yeah. That's what it felt like. If you got a reboot right after that, that would have been okay. Because obviously, there were some loose ends at the end of their present, but then it all got wrapped up because he woke up and everything was okay. Yeah. So you just got to fill in that gap, but they all still end up okay. So that was cool.
Yeah. All right, so let's grade it real quick.
Gotta give that 9.5. I gave First Class a 9. This is definitely a little bit higher.
Yeah, I give it 8.5. Okay. I definitely think it's better than definitely better. I'm trying to think. Yeah, 8.5. I think it's solid.
All right.
All right, so that's our flashback. Thank you for watching. Look out for more.